if you please.
All right. Hey, Ben. Ask receive.
We're in the middle of fighting.
Ben was just like, I'd rather go live just in the middle of talking. Like, I don't want to go live and be like cheesy and corny introing.
No, I wasn't saying cheesy and I thought Daniel was about to like come back at me with like, don't you fucking give me attitude. I do not deserve this. I'm sorry if you're having a bad morning, but instead he just pushed go. Anyway, I don't know how to share the fucking Facebook thing. Oh, we hear it now. Maybe I do. I give up.
If anyone knows how to share the live video directly to Twitter, please comment.
I give up. I did it last time seamlessly. But what's the...
I like this thing for us, just asking for IT advice directly.
No, I'm already wanting to die. Start the thing.
We're starting. What do you mean?
No, stay live from, I hate
live from what?
Everyone say this is the last time we're ever saying live from New York. I don't know why we ever did that.
Oh, God.
Now I'm no cold.
Okay, live from New York. It's Thursday morning.
Tuesday, Thursday, April, August.
Time heals everything. It's a song. Time heals everything.
Oh my God.
Time heals everything. So in 30 minutes at the end of this, you'll be in a great mood.
I am in a great mood. In 3 seconds, running our fabulous intro, I'm already happy.
Patty heals all wounds.
Patty heals all wounds. Now, I just want to say the shirt that I'm wearing today is not random. It is, I don't know if people can see, it's a fabulous signature Bette Midler Hello Dolly. It's a little messy, but it rings t-shirt.
Yes.
And I'm wearing it because everybody knows that Patti LuPone playing Dolly Levi is one of my great lifetime dreams, a dream of which I'm still dreaming.
Yeah.
And I, as a matter of fact, I was one of the charter members of the Facebook group, like Make Patti LuPone Star in Hello Dolly or whatever it was called.
That scans. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And yet, despite those very passionate feelings, not only did I go see Bette Midler and Hello Dolly, I bought a t-shirt, several t-shirts, and other merchandise as well. I actually saw Bette Midler and Hello Dolly 4 times.
All right.
I saw Bette Midler. Her name is Bette Midler. I saw Bernadette Peters. I saw twice. I saw Donna. I saw Cara Lee, and I saw, obviously, friend of the pod,
Betty Lynn
Buckley, and and loved them all. Right,
yes. All
and even acknowledged that, however much I wish that Patty would do Dolly Levi, that it was right that it was Bette, and that when Bette came down that staircase, we all just simultaneously had diarrhea and projectile vomit and like waterworks tears and
live theater, baby,
exfoliated and whatever else we were doing, like that. Yeah,
our electrolytes were replenished.
Yeah, like that. That would not have been the same if it was Patti LuPone.
Bette definitely set the bar really high, and then it was part of the fun was to see okay, what's next, who's next, how can we keep up this
but I'm
moment?
just saying nobody besides, the only person that could have competed with Bette in the staircase entrance, and I know people Bernadette invented staircases, yes, but when a Patty or a Bernadette, through no fault of their own, comes to the top of the stairs, you're not she's back. You're I loved you in Follies and Night Music. It's when it's a huge, international star on the level of a Bette Midler or a Barbra Streisand or somebody who hasn't done Broadway in years. Bette did that play, but because they're too good for Broadway, it doesn't pay enough. It's too much effort. But do you see that fabulous Diane Keaton quote? I think Jeffrey Self shared it this week.
What? No.
She was theater, yuck. Do the same thing 8 shows a week. I'd rather die.
Sounds like Barbara too.
Exactly. I feel so. What I'm saying is when you get a star like that, where it's a mind-blowing event that they'd even come to the show, let alone do it.
Right.
You can't, a Broadway girl who makes her living on Broadway as an actor, making her living on Broadway, you can't compete. So I even acknowledge that. And I'm not just saying that to diminish Bette's actual greatness in the role. Yeah. Obviously, I loved her and I love Bernadette and I love Betty.
Tony Award winner, yes.
I love them all. So I'm just saying I even acknowledge that Bette was great in a way that my girl Pate could not have been.
That day.
But so I say that just for context in advance of the all beef patty today, because it's not like I'm a hater of anyone who's not Patty doing something I want Patty to do.
And you've given us a little all beef patty appetizer right now. So that's, easing us in.
How is that an all beef patty appetizer?
Well, you're coming for the Bernadette gays, There's a.
How did I come? No, I'm not. I'm with them. I totally think she invented stairs. Trust me.
I'm just kidding.
Before Bernadette did Hello Dolly, I only ever took elevators and escalators and climbed walls.
No, yeah. Stairs making a comeback. I have to say, the shirt I'm wearing, just for fans, whenever I got this for free in like some merch box when we were staying with our porn producer friend in Fire.
You shouldn't be wearing that because I believe we went into those boxes without permission.
No, I asked him. I also have a jock strap, which I'm also wearing. No, I'm just kidding. And anyway, so I unfortunately do not have a Just for Fans account. However, my Venmo is Daniel Nolen. If anyone would like to contribute to my cause, which is basically just unemployment. All right. With that said, should we go to our first segment, which is all beef patty?
I need it.
Here we go.
I hardly know the woman.
All right. These are the words you're not going to hear me say discussing Glenn Close and Sunset Boulevard.
Okay, these are our trigger safe words.
I'm not going to say original key. I'm not going to say transposed.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say, I might say belt, but it's not going to be my main thrust.
Cool.
I don't want to talk about how shitty Glenn Close's singing in Sunset Boulevard is. And her singing in Sunset Boulevard is shitty. It's some of the shittiest singing this homosexual has ever heard in the theater, okay? But that's not why I hate her performance. If I thought she did a good job with the role, I would have been willing to get over the singing. But I don't think she did a good job. I think she did a terrible job. Now, you know that I must have really bad karma because I saw Glenn Close in Sunset Boulevard 3 times. Do you know how many times I saw Patti LuPone in Sunset Boulevard? You know how many times I saw Betty Buckley in Sunset Boulevard? Do you know how many times I saw Patty voice Elaine Page in Sunset Boulevard?
Yeah. Big fat zero.
I think I could have seen Elaine Page, but I wanted to see the roundabout Deborah Monk company instead with Boyd Gaines and Vianne Cox. And
I would have much rather seen that as well.
Yes. I mean, I don't regret that decision. Randall Ham says, this is the podcast I didn't know I needed today. Thanks, Randall.
Thank you, honey.
But I saw Glenn in Sunset Boulevard in LA when it had first opened. By the way, with an open heart. In my mind at the time, Patty was starring in London and going to be starring on Broadway. And I was just, the same way I saw Sandy Duncan in South Pacific at the Long Beach Civic Light Opera. I was going to see Glenn Close in Sunset Boulevard at the Schubert Theater. By the way, Glenn Close, one of my favorite actresses. The World According to Garp, that's how I learned about blowjobs. I love that movie. I love her. To me, in that movie, she's up there with Julie Andrews and Mary Poppins. It's like such.
Wow.
I think that movie is underrated, and especially her performance. And I love her in everything.
That is a great movie. Fatal Attraction is my fave.
Dangerous Liaisons and
Liaisons,
obviously Fatal Attraction, and Reversal of Fortune. I mean, even the flops.
101 Dalmatians,
or as Patty would say, 101 Dalmatians.
Hi, Benji, Tobias Jensen.
Hi.
Everyone who's Benjamin is actually just Benji to me.
Thank you. I spelled with an IE though, because my parents, I don't think they knew they were pretentious. I think they were the children of pretension, and then they just rebirthed it.
Children of pretension. Anyway, yeah, not like the dog Benji.
I had an open heart when I saw Glenn in Sunset Boulevard. You dig?
I did.
And then I saw her again in the revival at the Palace, which I saw twice. I can't remember why, but I promise you.
I saw that one, and I was
It was not to enjoy her. Let me tell you, if you only saw that, you saw a much better version of her performance than she did originally. Because in that production, she was still she was more human. What did I think of Patty in Witness?
Love it. Love her hair in that. Yeah.
The mullet, yeah, and the bathrobe. She was good. It's a small part, and I think I've even finally did succeed in finding the cut scenes in Witness that were not on the original like VHS I grew up in.
That's your kink, finding cut scenes from small Patty films.
I like my Patty films uncut. Anyway, okay, we're getting off topic. But so Glenn in Sunset Boulevard, when she did that revival, she was more human.
Thank you, Caroline.
Glenn, this is the thing. Sunset is not that good of a show, okay? I feel like you are not with me. Are you with me?
I'm sorry. I'm taking in the compliments from the viewers. I'm so excited.
I need your attention. Compliment me with your ears.
Okay. You have my full attention.
Okay, so this is the thing. Sunset Boulevard is not that good a show. Now, don't get me wrong, okay? I want you to ignore that comment.
Okay, I'm walking out, honey.
Walk out of the room. Okay, this is the thing. Sunset Boulevard's not that good of a show. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. I
agree.
When she's on stage, everything with Norma, or almost everything with Norma, is divine. It's certainly divine Andrew Lloyd Webber. It's great material. It's gay canon. It's absolutely up there. Maybe it's not as good as like Sunday in the Park with George, okay, or like Sweeney Todd, but trust me, Norma's scenes are as good as any fag bit in Applause, or any like campy musical that we stan. Like Sunset Boulevard Norma stuff is up there with that, no question.
Sure,
but there's a lot of long ass boring scenes in between Norma stuff. And if you're not emotionally invested, I know you're happy to ignore that comment down there.
I'm not looking at it.
I love you. If you're not emotionally invested in Norma's journey of the show, you have nothing to get you through those scenes in between Norma. You dig?
Right. I'd rather just watch the movie.
Right. So you need it to be emotional investment. But the problem is with Glenn, there is no emotional investment. She comes on and it's just a drag queen. It's not, trust me, I've seen drag queens who can move me to tears. But it's camp. It's like a show at a gay bar. She just plays everything for laughs. She makes those crazy faces. It's she's like, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
What you just did was like a beautiful, that's like a silent film by like Clara Bow. Is that the right reference? I don't know those old school people, but Glenn is like, I am big. She's like wants you to laugh.
Yeah, it's very draggy.
She had the audience rolling in the aisles, and it's really not about Patty. Honestly, if I could have seen all the Normas, my imagination is I probably would have liked Betty best. I was working at the Schubert Theater. Glenn Close was great, but the set was the star. Big dinosaur moving up and down. I'd liked Glenn, but the stage. I will say,
big dinosaur moving up and down. Don't talk about Glenn that way.
Okay. Here's the thing. If you, in defense of Glenn, I hate when I get into the weeds with this shit, but in defense of Glenn, if you didn't think Glenn's performance could hold its own against that fabulous epic set, you definitely wouldn't have thought anybody else's was. Because Glenn, you got to give Glenn this. Her Norma was the biggest. Yeah, anyway, I'm exhausted already. But my point is, her performance is terrible. It's just a big, campy joke. It has zero heart. And look at me. I didn't even have to talk about the fact that it is the worst singing in Broadway history.
You did mention that a little bit. Okay,
but let me say this. If anyone did Glenn's performance and sang it fabulously, I would still hate them. Exhibit A, not a fan of Elaine Page's performance. Based on the videos I've seen, I'm not into it. And I know I throw Elaine under the bus a lot because, she deserves it. But I also love Elaine, too. I'm not an Elaine hater. There's a lot of Elaine that I'm into. I'm one of the few people that thinks she did a great job on that recording of 9. Give me that not all belt, but almost all belt unusual way.
I will say Elaine was my original Grisabella. And while I obviously prefer Betty Lynn Buckley, I wore that Cats videotape out as a kid watching.
I'm glad you said Cats video, because the Cats London cast album, Elaine's Grisabella, not only is it not as good as Betty, it's like there's 75 different memories you want to listen to before Elaine's cast album Grisabella. But by the time she had done Piaf, which she was wonderful in, and everybody should listen to the album of Elaine's Piaf, when she did that Cats video, she had found all kinds of different depth and nuance in her belting and her performing, and I will even say acting. And although Patty wouldn't like it, but Elaine's Grisabella on video is actually way more exciting and dynamic and thrilling than on her London Cast album.
I've also heard Elaine is not pleasant IRL.
None of them are pleasant. Come on, you know what this business puts a woman through. They can't.
No, but I've heard Elaine is really, really nasty.
This person is saying Glenn is small in stature but large on eyes and growls. Patty has style and attitude. Glenn's mad scene was probably the most horrific.
Ooh, that makes me think I want to see Glenn in Lucia de Lammermoor. She were not the singer.
Yeah, but someone else singing. This guy has a great comment. Amiel Vogelchek. Agreed with Glenn singing. Why do you think she won a Tony, though? Well, first of all, it's worth pointing out that Glenn's only competition for the Tony that year, there was only 2 nominees for Best Actress in a Musical. It was, Glenn's a star. It was Glenn for Sunset Boulevard and Rebecca Luker for Showboat, which you don't really, I mean, as fabulous as Rebecca Luker is, you don't really think of Magnolia. I mean, I guess she might be like the romantic lead, but it's not like the dynamic, like galvanizing star part. And credit where it's due. Speaking of galvanizing, Glenn galvanized the entire Broadway season. It was a huge film star. Tickets were not to be had. It was, and I'll put it this way. When you saw Glenn Close in Sunset Boulevard, even if you thought she was crap and the show didn't work, there was no question that you walked out of that theater being like, I'm never going to forget. You tell your children. I mean, Glenn is a huge star, and not just a huge star in terms of fame, like we think of it today with reality TV and American Idol or whatever. I mean, Glenn is a huge talent, and including a huge stage star where she got her start. And the way that few people can do, Glenn commandeers the Broadway stage. And she's
a fabulous actress. Yeah.
She's not just an actress. She's a stage animal. And she used that gift for evil in Sunset Boulevard, because she didn't find the truth and the journey that would have made the show work. She just selfishly went out there to get laughs and all that.
Yeah.
But how not to talk about the singing, but how could you talk about this? How could she have played it for truth when her voice sounded that ugly? Yeah, sure. Betty Buckley played it for truth, but it was easy for Betty to play for truth. Betty's voice was the songs were written to be sung like that. When all Betty has to do is open her mouth. The truth is going to fall right out, because
that's right.
That steely diamond, beautiful intensity that goes from that gorgeous crystal mix right into that like thunderous belt without a transition at all.
Yeah. Oh, you're getting me all hot.
Glenn's like somebody trying to tune in like out of commission radio. Like woo woo.
Yeah, it's like
we have to move on.
Okay, we have to move on. We can talk
other
about for days and days.
Yeah.
Okay. So should we go on to our next segment? Who do you think you are?
Yes. Okay. I just want to set this one up.
Okay.
So who do you think you are? Today is Diana Barrows, who's also known in her, as far as I can see, YouTube persona as Diane with no E B, or maybe Dion B. I don't know. But Diana Barrows, I was aware of her because she was the original Tessie in Annie on Broadway. And she also was in one of the Friday the 13th movies. She actually was a replacement Annie later in the run. I think maybe after Sarah Jessica Parker. I don't know. But she's
very recognizable.
She came to my attention recently because friends of the pod, and unfortunately competition, but the brilliant Billy Reese and Yoni Weiss. Billy's a great songwriter, and Yoni Weiss is a great director and writer. And they have this new not live stream. They have this new Instagram TV chat show, and they showed this, and I was like, I'm stealing it. It's too great. So Diana Barrows, the original Tessie, they just showed her in the Annie thing. From the Tony's clip, which I put a little snippet of, she's like the best possible way mugging, and you're never fully dressed without a smile. I mean, you've never forget Glenn Close. This one could upstage the scenery in Sunset Boulevard. But then this crazy ass video she's put on her YouTube during the pandemic, about which I will say no more. Roll clip.
Here we go.
Who do you think you are?
I need a cigarette. Yeah, I started smoking during this whole isolation thing. What? Are you kidding? If I smoke and I get this thing, I'm gonna die? Catch you later. Oh my goodness, it's COVID-19. The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your last earned dollar that tomorrow I won't go broke. Just thinking about tomorrow clears away the bank debts and the fever till there's none. When I'm stuck with a mask and gloves and social distancing, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, yeah, stay away. The sun'll come out tomorrow. In the meantime, when's the next food kitchen? Pop that
There's like no attempt to rhyme anything.
I think the craziness there is mind-boggling. The beginning where she's reading it off her laptop and like not even pretending to look at the camera.
Clicks into like a fully produced vocal track.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, looks like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking. The sun will come out." So all of a sudden she's Countess Luann. She starts off like, I don't know what, like Marilyn Cooper. I mean, and with the pulling the thing out of the ear, and she can't manage the cigarette and the champagne glass with the stupid strawberries on top.
Oh my god!
I'm kind of obsessed with it. I can't stop watching it.
I'm trying to think. She's definitely been in something that I've seen a lot, like a movie, and I can't think of what it is.
I need to do more rabbit holing with her. But also, by the way, can you confirm for me, is Food Kitchen like a cooking show?
No, I think she's just saying like a food kitchen, like people go to get food.
So you mean like a soup kitchen?
Yeah. I think Food Kitchen is a little redundant.
The lyrics are so crazy because like they also like, what's this teetering back and forth? Like when I'm stuck with a mask and gloves and social distancing.
When I'm stuck with social distancing, it's like it would have been very easy to like find a different word to fit in there.
It would have been hard to find a worse word to fit in there.
That's correct. That's very correct. Which is why.
Okay, here's the craziest thing. Also, I was looking at more of her videos. There's some, maybe because she's in Friday the 13th, she probably has like more fans like in Europe or something. There was this interview with her from Italian television, and motherfucker is fluente. Her Italian, she was having this, like the person's like, they're saying the interviewer is asking the whole thing like for like 20 seconds, like, che, bravo, and they pull the mic to her and you expect her to be like, well, and instead she just launches in like Anna Magnani or something. I mean, like insane.
Are you having an enjoyable afternoon?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we're putting out the call to arms. Submit your Dolly concert kills, which is our next segment. Give us 3 performers, and we will choose 1 to star in Hello Dolly on Broadway, 1 to see in a peak career concert, and 1 to, send down that staircase.
I have one for you.
Okay, go on. Hold on, I'm gonna play our intro.
Okay. Your Dolly concert kill is Glenn Close, Elaine Page,
Okay.
and Petula Clark.
Page, Petula Clark. Okay, kill Elaine.
Wow.
Pet Clark in concert, and then Glenn as Dolly.
Fascinating.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Angie, Tyne, and Linda Lavin. All right. So, I mean, I'm tempted to say Angie as Dolly because, like, obviously she's just like the musical comedy master, and like, how can I pass up the chance? Like, I think she knows a thing or two about like, being awesome in a Jerry Herman musical, right?
Indeed.
But on the other hand, like, she's I've never seen her. I don't think she's ever really done a proper concert. And like, wouldn't I want that? And surely like Tyne and Linda, you couldn't ask for like more exciting choices for Dolly. I mean, especially Linda.
Yeah.
So I think I would have to say Linda, Dolly, Angela concert, and Tyne.
Yeah. Tyne's up. I guess I would have.
It's not your daily.
I guess I would. I mean, I want Angela as Dolly so bad, but yeah, I mean, I definitely want to see. I haven't seen her in concert, and I would love her to sing like, when she did that Tale as Old as Time, Beauty and the Beast live a few years ago. It was so magical and wonderful, and so I would love to see her in concert. So yeah, I guess I would do the same. Okay, Kenneth.
You first.
Emily is Dolly. Yeah, Emily is Dolly for sure. Mandy Moore in concert, kill Kat McPhee.
Wait, Emily's the one I love. The Woods and Mary Poppins.
Yes.
Wait, so you said Emily is Dolly and kill who?
Kill Kat McPhee.
Same. Okay, I want to do. Oh, Daniel Noel. I was like, did you just submit a question?
Oh my goodness. There you go.
I'll do this one.
Okay.
Adina, Sutton, and Kristen. That's easy. I want to see Kristen as Dolly, and I want to see Adina in concert.
Me too. Oh, here we go. Oh God. I mean, I really want.
Do you even know who Maureen Brennan is?
No.
Maureen Brennan was Cunegonda in the 1973 Hal Prince Candide Broadway production. I believe her only purpose there was to annoy me.
Okay, cool.
I consider like if there's somebody that has like a significant Broadway role, but they haven't had a career like before or since. And I don't even think I've ever listened to her on that album. So it's no tea, no shade to her personally. But to me, it's like a wasted opportunity. Like that should have been like, a young Judy Kay or somebody. I don't know. There's not that many sopranos in that generation, unfortunately. Christine Andreas. But anyway,
I would have to see. I mean, of course, Donna was so wonderful, but I really need to see Jean Smart's acting choices on this.
Yeah, and she can sing. She's done a bunch of musicals. She did I think Promises at Encores. Oh no, she was like the drunk funny girl. No, but she did more. She's done more.
It's just so wonderful.
But Donna Murphy concert. That's what our whole mission statement is. Donna Murphy needs to do a frickin' concert.
100%. Oh, this is a good one too. Ooh.
All right, I want to see Audra as Dolly, and I want to see Mavis in concert. And Latifah can go into that great big closet in the sky.
Ooh, I guess I would have to say the same. I mean, yeah, I definitely want to see Mavis in concert, and then Audra as Dolly. Yep.
I mean, I would have liked to see Latifah as Dolly, but
I feel like that was probably discussed a lot.
Yeah, I think they offered it. I think they offered it to both of those ladies.
Yes, Boots the House Mama, all of them.
Harvey Fierstein times 3.
Except I don't want to kill him, so just.
That doesn't even make sense. If you kill him, how can he do Dolly Levi? Well, most people don't realize that for the second half of the tour, I was already deceased.
One of my favorite bits of the Jerry Herman.
Here's a particularly dark.
Was when Harvey came on and talked about going over to Jerry's house and like having the door answered by his pool boy.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, here we go. Oh, this is it. This is a good one.
Not that good.
My God. Okay. I have to see Sarah Brightman as Dolly. That would be so trippy. She is so crazy. I know. I'm sorry. I have to see. I mean, she got shot into space, or she about did, and then it got canceled. But Sarah Brightman is such a kook. I would definitely love that. And then
you'll find it a disappointing experience.
I just need to see it once.
At least
know,
Act 1.
my favorite friend of the pod and the stream, Ryan O'Connor and Jason Powell, they do my favorite bit where they do Sarah Brightman and Andrew Lloyd Webber. It's so good. Okay, and then I guess I love Frances, but I have to see Judy in concert. That voice. You?
For me, that's easy because I would have Frankie as Dolly. She'd be fabulous.
Fabulous.
And Judy in concert always. And Sarah Brightman, go to the moon.
Go to space. All right. Well, that was perfect because now we're out of time. So I'm going to play us out and I'll meet you back here on the computer same time next Tuesday.
Tuesday, Thursday, April, August.
Time heals everything. It's a song. And time heals everything.